Hey guys, and welcome back to episode 6 on the GGS server. Now, no, you're not going crazy, and no, you haven't missed one. Episode 5 was never released, and that is because while in editing, something went wrong with my editing software and it broke like half the clips. Don't know why, but it did, and there's nothing I can do. And I didn't want to just say, this is episode 5, and go with something like, oh, it's all off-camera work, because that was actually quite a significant episode. I spent the episode grinding for netherite armor, which is the best armor in the game now in 1.16, and I got there. I got full netherite armor and gear, and I managed to get the best possible sword and shoes. However, I died, and like the idiot I was, although I had F3 open on my data screen, I didn't look at it. I just pressed respawn, and I've lost my stuff forever. So I decided to start over. I got some diamonds, and I crafted up a pickaxe, which I then, with books from the shopping district, fully enchanted. Now, since then, I've been mining like a madman, and that's what you're going to see here. Just a quick time-lapse of one of my smaller mine shafts. Right guys, welcome back to the surface. Now, I doubt I am done digging, as, well, although I have a lot, and I mean a lot, of diamonds and other resources, I quite like it down there, and I might stay digging for a bit longer. As I said, the more resources I have, the longer it is until I have to go mining again. Now, you might be interested in where we stand, and that is at a total of 343 diamonds, which looks a bit like this. Now, the lapis in here is to be delivered, because obviously all our lapis goes to offwards, because we share the enchanting table, that's the word. So that is to be delivered, because, well, I got rid of our delivery chest when I made this upgrade. Sleep, 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 sleep. But, although I'm not done mining, there is something that has to be done. Now, as I've always said, I am a redstoner in Minecraft, and although I have this farm, I have that converter, and I have the farm just over there, that's nowhere near enough, and, well, I think it might be about time for a farm that will help very much in these early days, as well as one that could possibly generate quite a bit of profit over in the shopping district. So, I'm going to gather up the resources, and I'll meet you when I'm ready to build it. Seconds after ending that last clip, and as you can see, I was on 50 levels. Oh! After all that mining, I'd saved up so much XP and it's all gone. That's annoying. I was saving the XP for when I get the netherite armor, because I want to enchant it first on, obviously, the enchanting table with the level 30 enchant, and then combine books onto it, as that way I don't have to buy as many books. However, as I said, I will be hitting back in the mines, so not all is lost, and hopefully I can get those 50 back quite easily. So, I'll catch you once again when I'm ready to build that farm. Right guys, it's Mr. D-Dog here, and we are going to be braving the nether to go to the shopping district, because I have heard word that my special delivery of ancient debris has been delivered and also upgraded. The person who I have bought from has decided to include some freebies. Now, depending on what they are, although he has said I can have them for free, I am likely to pay, because, well, I have quite a lot of diamonds. So I'm taking the 2 stacks for the ancient debris, plus 2 additional. Now, this isn't just for whatever he may have included, it is because I need quite a few blocks for this new farm, which is actually a tree farm. I'm building one by Il Mango that will be linked in the description, and I need lots of blocks that I currently can't obtain. This includes both slime and honey blocks. So, I'm going to have to go on a bit of a spending spree. And while we're there, I can check out what's new in the shopping district. And of course, on the way, I will be dropping off the lapis out offwards. Didasts. No, no, no. I really need a proper nether tunnel. But, it will be so much hassle. Because I'll have to actually remake it. Because it will need to travel straight west instead of going west, south, west, south, west. It will go west, south. The reason it's like this time is because I started from my base to get to shopping, and originally I planned on going east, then north to line up, so linking onto the north tunnel, which makes no sense, but I ran into the two bastions and had to swerve across, and so I will need to correct that when I build a proper nether tunnel. Now, the time-lapse you saw at the beginning of the episode was actually the mining session I just got back from. I went through them all and decided that was probably the best one to time-lapse. And that is how I'm back to 33 levels. So, that is quite nice. Now, obviously, all spendings I do will go down in the journal, which, you know, kind of upsetting. I was at, like, 457 diamonds, I think. And that number is probably going to rapidly drop. But it should be a nice start to the season. Anyway, this is going to be amazing, as it means I will be able to get my full netherite armor and tools. Now, what I obviously forgot is the fact that I'm going to need a smithing table. And I didn't bring one with me, which means I'm going to have to return to the shopping district. Although, I was told that the freebies will take up my whole inventory, as in the 27 slots, not my 9 hotbar slots. And so I would have to make a second journey for the books anyway. So that's not necessarily the worst, and I still want more XP before I enchant the armor. So I'm probably actually going to leave it for a bit before I get those armor and tools ready to go. Because, as I said, I do want to hit a level 30 enchant on them, just so that I don't have to enchant it quite as much. And I can always grindstone it off if I get something like a protection I would rather have a different version of. So that's not necessarily the best news, but with me rambling on, we are almost here at the shopping district. But firstly, the turn off to offwards to drop off this lapis. Now, I don't know if I've shown it on camera yet, but he has actually moved the enchanting table from his basement area up into his base. Now, I don't know if the house was there before, or if he moved it when it was built, but I'm going to quickly give you a nice little view of his house, which I think is really quite nice. Right, so up here, I need to head up here. It took me a while to find it the first time, and then head out of his basement, which is up here, then head up here into the attic, which is there, and the enchanting table is here. Now, this time I am just dropping off lapis. There we go. And that's a lot of lapis. Now, I don't think that carpet should be there, but it's not mine to move. Right, now heading down. And then, oh, there it is. Down again. And back through the portal. Now, this will put us out pretty much right next to the shopping district, because he is not very far. If we open F3, we are only 127 blocks away, pretty much. And there's a nice little parkour course here. Nothing advanced, that allows us to skip it. Now, it works better going back the other way, as in going to his base, as you're able to do it, like, all the way, versus there, you go up a block, and it's impossible to make that jump, I think. Either that, or I've just got very unlucky when trying. Anyway, we are almost here at the shopping district, which is what is here. Now, there is a lectern here, which is, like, you're meant to put in where your bases are. So let's read it. Please note down on what coordinates you turn from your portal is. Okay, well, mine is at the very end of the tunnel, so I'm just going to put Mr. D-Dog. End of tunnel. That will be precise enough. Right, shopping district. Now, these 4 portals go out to different portals in the overworld, however, I believe this is the best one, yes, for where I want to be. Now, the shop I am going to is just over here. at SB Netherite. And there, dog's order plus gravel. Oh, that's nice. Yes, and I will be obviously tipping for all this, because this means I can now make concrete, which although I have made a slight bit of for the farm, which is of course the tree farm. Now I'm going to pay 32 diamonds, that's more than 1 diamond per stack, because he gave me 26 stacks of diamonds. So yeah, I think that's fair, and since he did not ask for anything, I'm going to stick with that. Now I'm going to just quickly check in on the mushroom store. Doubt I've sold anything, but worth checking in. Nothing, 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 nothing. As I said, this is just temporary, and it will probably just stay here until I get my first shop up, which will probably be a wood store. However, I do not yet have a design for one. So that's something. If you have any designs or tutorials for something you think might look good, put it in the comments below. Right, now I need to head here to I Can't Believe It's Not Sugar, the honey store. Now, let me quickly pull up my list. How much honey do I need? I need 41. And what's the price? 1 diamond for 5 blocks. I need 9 sets. Yeah, so that's 9 diamonds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Where did I count? I can just go along the bottom. And there. And then I need 45 slime blocks, which I believe is also 1 diamond for 5. So that will also cover me for 9. If we just head on up here, past the ender chest, which I still don't own one of. Yeah, 5 blocks for 1 diamond. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then just, there we go. And that is 45 of each, which is enough for the farm. Now, this gravel will be very useful, as I said, for the concrete required for my base. Now, the 1 block we do need is some cyan terracotta. However, we have finally got a public mining mesa, so I will be heading there once it is time to start building my base. Only problem is, of course, it's hard to transport materials of that quantity. The sand I'm okay for, because literally right behind my base there is a desert. Now, I know that mining deserts always look ugly, and I probably don't want something that close to my base, but what I will probably end up doing is mining out all the sand and replacing it with grass, or at least the top layer. I'm not going to fill it in, and that is because my builds will not fit in the small area I have. Now, yes, there is a lot of area I can clear out, however, and although it looks really nice, there are a lot of hills around me. Now, they are not easy to build near, because of course you need to terraform, and without a beacon, that is very, very hard and annoying. So, the easiest way is probably to mine out the desert, and as I go, cover it back up with grass, and then I can expand into the desert, which is pre-flattened. And it means it won't leave a hideous area right next to me, and it also means I don't have to travel far for my sand, which is a massive bonus, especially early game, because I do not have any shulker boxes. Now, the reason I haven't tried to go to the end yet is because on this server, we do the Ender Dragon fight as a community event. So we are waiting until at least the server upgrades before we do that fight. Now, we have data packs such as Dragon Drops Elytra, and every single player who takes part in the fight will be given an Elytra. Now, that could be classed as cheaty, but it's just fairer than whoever picks it up gets it, or we voiding it, because getting that first Elytra, if you don't get it from the dragon, is a pain trying to bridge out to an end city. But before we can do that, we obviously need rockets to be able to fly. So I am hoping to get up the sugarcane factory quite soon, even if it's just a small part of it, so that we can get that initial boost into the end to get a few shulkers as well as Elytra, which would be great to serve as A, backup Elytras, and B, the shulker boxes mean I can move more product at a time, which means I can build things in my base, which massively hurries up the rate of production, and means that in an episode I'll get a lot more done, because I'll have to spend a lot less time doing, well, this, just running back and forth in the nether. Now, another thing that will be good and help the speed up is ice paths. In the nether, we will have ice paths, which we have boats on, and they'll be used to move, instead of just running like I am now. However, right now, chunk loading is quite slow, and when you're on an ice boat, that is a massive problem because you're travelling stupidly fast, but chunks can't keep up with you, especially when you have lots of people online like we do now. Ah, evil Pumba. Evil Pumba. As you may have noticed in tab, I've gone down to 0, and no deaths haven't been reset. It has changed because we currently have an event, which is how many of those guys you kill. And right now, the strongest person is Sliced Bread with 2, who is the person who I bought all that stuff from just now, being the netherite scraps and then the gravel. However, there are some people with like 50. Oh no, LD has 8. There are some people with onwards of 50. Now, I do want to partake because you get diamonds for the winner. However, that will be after I get my netherite set because I don't want to just die and die and die because those things hit like a truck. So I will want a stupidly good bow so I can kill them from far, and as well as my netherite armor. That could be a nice easy way to earn diamonds. There was one thing I meant to check out in the shopping district, which I forgot about. However, as I said, I will be heading back for the books. Right, I have returned to base, and what have we spent? We've spent the 2 stacks plus 50. Okay, so that is 178, I think. Now, I'm going to take books, I'm going to do plonk, 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 and then we are going to delete this. We are going to go... Right guys, welcome back to the shopping district. Now, although I do have plans to return here, it wasn't as soon as this, but I need some glazed terracotta as it's an immovable object, and, well, the mining mesa I had to bypass spawn anyway, so I thought I'd come by and check out the things I missed. So, we've got 13os, which is 13's shop, who's not online, and it sells golden carrots and golden nuggets, I believe, although I'm... Ah, there. Okay. Pretty nice, but I do not think I'll be indulging. My berries are quite fine. Oh, what's this one? Old stats. Oh, this is the gambling shop. Okay. So, if you've watched Hermitcraft, that is Sat Poker, basically. If not, basically, a dispenser spits out a random statistic. You play with friends, and whoever... oh, okay, I already had that. Whoever has the highest stat wins. But what I meant to check out was this, which is our version of the head games by LD and LOL. Like, anyone can donate. Do not touch. No, this isn't hollow. Okay, rules and info this way. Welcome to the head games. Temporary recruitment center, new center soon. Okay. Where do I start? Rules and info. Okay. Bounties and more. Read the rules portion top to bottom. So, hello fellow players, welcome to the Head Games Recruitment Center. For your information, here you'll find all of the info necessary to deem yourself fit enough to enter the games. Rules are as follows. Netherite armor is banned from the Head Games. Number 1, no stealing other players' items. This is highly frowned upon. Netherite tools are permitted. Number 2, do not attack players who have not entered. See wall of participants. Redstone traps are allowed. Number 3, do not kill someone in a way where their stuff will be lost. Burnt or broken, do not approach the player if this is a possibility. Minor damage to bases may occur. Number 4, be fair and have fun, no duping act. This is supposed to be a friendly competition for all to enjoy. Killing yourself for the head is not permitted. Entry fee is 2 diamond blocks, add to prize pool. Winner will get all of the donated netherite and all of the fees upon the use of netherite armor or breaking any of the rules. Winning. Okay, I don't think that's right. I think it's meant to go there, but that's not what the sign said. So, upon winning, feel free to add more donations on top. The games will start later this month. You have time to decide. Breaking any rules will call for immediate disqualification. That still doesn't explain it. I was told that would explain it better, and it doesn't really. It doesn't explain what we actually have to do to win. So, yeah. I thought that would be a lot more helpful than it turned out to be. So, I'll meet you in the mining mesa where I need to gather some terracotta to be glazified, if that makes sense. Right guys, so I thought I'd just bring you in here. I've finally reached the mining mesa. Now it is a fair way away, but it's not that bad because the majority of it has been converted to an ice path. Now, I'm using glazed terracotta, so instead of mining the plain stuff that people want, because of course dying, I am going to take the red, because although it's not the prettiest glazed terracotta block, none of them are that pretty, so it doesn't really matter on that scale. I just need a bit of glazed terracotta, and I don't think you can glaze regular anyway. But the reason I need this is purely an immovable object. Now, you could say about maybe furnaces, but as I said with the mob farm, I don't want it to be horrendously ugly. I accept that it will be ugly, but I don't want it to be ugly when there's no need for it to be. Right, so I've got enough terracotta, time to head home and smelt it to get the glazed. Right guys, I have gone ahead and gathered every single material needed for this farm. So, without further ado, let's hop into a time-lapse for me to build it. And, once again, the tutorial will be in the description, so don't forget to check it out if you fancy building this farm for yourself. Right guys, that was probably a very, very messy time-lapse, but it got the job done. The farm is now built. All that is left is for me to add a collection system. And you may have noticed I actually skipped out the bone meal chests. Now those I will obviously need to add. I just didn't know if I wanted them as he had put there. Okay. Well, the Phantom made me lose my 36 levels anyway, so yeah, I'm going to have to grind a lot before I enchant that armor that I really want, but it will be worth it in the end. I really miss an Elytra. The only problem I have with tutorials like this is they don't tend to like count for survival players. Like, they'll do things in an order that makes sense for the redstone system, but not for like a survival build. So sorry. Like I built this system here, and then on the other side, and then I did the wiring in between. It's like you could have done the wiring first, after the first system, and then that way we would have had a way to get over to the second one, but it doesn't really matter much. Right, where we need to add the input chests is there. I do not have the chests on me though, so I will grab those at a later date. Now, the problem I have with this farm is there are multiple places, such as here, that are spawnable. And I need to stop that, basically. Now, in places like this, it's quite hard, because I do believe pistons are spawnable. Like here, I can put slab, but I can't here, because that will, like, break this thingy. So what I need to do is get glazed terracotta, pillar to the top, and then mob-proof the terracotta. So I'm going to quickly go ahead and mob-proof this thing. Right guys, I'm back from about half an hour of AFKing, which is what you just saw, and let's see how much wood we got. So I was just doing spruce, and we got, 27 stacks, pretty much a double chest full, in half an hour. So what is there? Can we just do this, quickly putting it all in one chest. There. Almost a full chest, and there's a chance... No. Right, so what we got is that, almost a full chest of spruce, and that was half an hour's work. That's pretty much saying 2 stacks per minute. Which is stupid, but I love it. So, the design I have in mind for the shop requires a lot of spruce, which is why I've done that, as well as a lot of oak. So, we are going to be now going again for... That's too many sticks. We'll be going again, but doing it for oak. So, I'm going to go AFK, and I'll meet you back when it's done. So, I log in, and I'm met with this view. And that's because I broke it. Luckily, only this side is broke, but I broke it. And that's because I'm an idiot. Quite simply, this cannot handle oak trees in 1.16. I don't know why. But it can't. Basically, I don't know what I'm going to say. Ilmango has posted a new farm, which A can do acacia trees, and B can do oak trees in 1.16. Now, I was planning on building that anyway for the acacia trees. And I forgot about this happening. So yeah, I'm going to fix this part of the farm up, and then I'm going to build the other one. Now, I'm going to do that off camera, because you've seen me build this one, and I think building 2 is a bit much for one video. Hello everybody, it is Mr. the Dog. Now we still haven't built that second farm, and that is because of, well, some complications. Something went wrong with the server hosting, and the server was down for pretty much 6 hours, and then when it came back up, I had some personal stuff, because in the UK it is now legal to meet up in groups, so me and my friends went out for a bit, and so this video is taking a lot longer to make than I expected, plus obviously the mess up with the farm. However, I'm not going to be building the second farm right now, although I do have all the materials. I was just AFK up here for bone meal, which I obviously won't have got much of, because I was kicked in the middle of my AFK session. Now, the reason I am back is because I have been informed that there is actually a public XP farm on the server. And I really want that, netherite, that's the right word. I really want that netherite armor and tools, because it will massively increase the rate of production around everything else in my base. Guys, I'm such an idiot. I came back, recorded an entire clip without pressing the record button. So all I've done is crafted up my netherite set, however I've not yet enchanted it. Now to do that, we are going to need 30 levels plus 3 for each one. So 30, 33, 36, 39, 42, 45, 48, 51, and 54 levels. Now, the reason I'm crafting up the armor now is because I found out that there is a public XP system. So, I'm going to go grind up there for the 54 levels it takes, and I'll meet you back once I've got the levels, so that we can head over to Offwards and get a level 30 enchant on all of this armor. Then we'll head to the shopping district and decide what there is left to get. So, I'll meet you there. Right guys, so just making our way into Offwood's portal right now. We're going to head through with our 54 levels and see what kind of level 30 enchants we can get. So that is up here, close that, run around here, up the ladder, into the attic, and we are at the enchanting setup. Now, I've been depositing quite a bit of lapis, so we're pretty good for that. Now, let's take everything off. The reason I was wearing the gold was for the piglings. Right. Unbreaking 3. I mean, it's good, but I don't know if it's the best. What do we get on a chest plate? Also Unbreaking 3. I'm assuming that's going to be the same for all armor types. Knockback 2. Not the best. Efficiency 4. I want 5. That'll be the same on that pickaxe, won't it? Efficiency 4. Again, I want 5. Now, 4 is insta-mine on a shovel. So that's fine. Unbreaking 3. Perfect. Now all I need for that is mending. Ha. Protection 4. Perfect. And respiration 3. Unbreaking 3. Again, it's a good enchant. Unbreaking 3. However, it's... if I'm going for... I want fortune, but it needs to be 3. Well, you do put fortune... You can put fortune on an axe, but I won't be. Fire protection 3. Not the best. Blast protection 4. I'm putting this on my boots. Oh, that changes. Fine, I'm taking the blast protection. Right. Sword. Looting 3. And sharpness 4. Okay. Efficiency 4. Efficiency 4. Unbreaking 3. Okay. Efficiency 4. Is that the best I'm getting? Fine. Unbreaking 3. Efficiency 4. And finally, efficiency 4. Right. Now, let's head on over to the shopping district and find out what we are missing. Now, I am going to do this off camera, purely because I do not know. I'm not a master of enchantments, I use a website. And so it's just going to be a lot of umming and ahhing, and I'll bring you back once I've decided what books I need. And I think that's the best armor I'm getting. Well, best everything I'm getting. So, let's start with my hard hat. Respiration 3, Protection 4, Mending, Aqua Affinity, Unbreaking 3. That cannot be better. That is best. Bulletproof Vest, Fire Protection 4, Unbreaking 3, Mending. Best. Sweatpants, Blast Protection 4, Unbreaking 3, Mending. Best. Walking Boots, Unbreaking 3, Mending, Projectile Protection 4. Now, that's missing Feather Falling, as well as Depth Strider. Now, I couldn't find Depth Strider, although I'm pretty sure there was a Feather Falling shop. Did I not pick up a book? Now, I don't believe it's in this one, so I'm going to head on to the other one to grab that book. No, it does not appear to be here. What are you selling? Nothing important. Okay, well, I can demonstrate that the heads data pack works. The Wandering Trader should be 100%, I'm pretty sure. Or not, maybe he's been turned back, I'm not sure. Okay, that's fine. But I do believe the other shop sells Feather Falling 4, so I'm going to go correct that, because that is, of course, a book I will definitely be needing. But Depth Strider is not sold on, do not believe. It's not sold in Tom's shop, so I will be checking here just quickly. But everything else I do believe is maxed out. My sword, Excalibur, Sharpness 5, Looting 3, Mending, Sweeping Edge 3, and Breaking 3, Knockback 2. Now I know it could have Fire Aspect, I'm personally not a fan though. Stone Slicer, Efficiency 5, Fortune 3, and Breaking 3, Mending. Silky, Efficiency 5, and Breaking 3, Mending. Silk Touch, Deforestation, Efficiency 5, and Breaking 3, Smite 5, Mending. And then Gravedigger, Breaking 3, Efficiency 4, which you only need for Instamine, with a shovel. Silk Touch and Mending. Now I can prove that I keep saying about the Efficiency 4 thing. Look, see, Instamine. You don't need Efficiency 5 on a shovel. Absolutely pointless, and considering I got Efficiency 4 off the enchant, I'm going to keep that. Just because this way I don't have to pay. And I know I am probably actually one of the richest players, but it's still wasting diamonds. Feather Falling 4. Cool. 1, 2. Right, I need to head back and do that. Now let me just check there is no depth strider. No, that is the one enchantment I'm missing. So I'm going to go slap this on my boots and then I'll meet you once I've built that. Just bringing you back in here because I'm about to craft up my first ever ender chests. And yes, I'm doing 2. And that is because I am doing 1 for me and 1 for my shop. Now, why did I wait so long? Purely because I wanted Silk Touch on my pickaxe, because if you don't know, the only way you can retrieve an ender chest once placed without breaking it is by using a Silk Touch pickaxe. So if I mine it now, it gives it me back. If I'd mined it before, it would have just broken it. So yeah, I'm going to continue gathering up stuff for my shop, and I'll see you in a time lapse to build it. Right guys, Mr. D-Dog here. Now, I did plan to time-lapse this, however, it looked absolutely horrible. I was doing quite a bit of stuff like referencing my creative test world, where it just meant I was standing around or swapping around my block palette in my hotbar, because for things like the texture here and on the floor, what I did was covered my 9 inventory slots and just did this really quick while placing, which is how I got the random effect. Now, this is not my design. It is by someone called WBC Builds, I believe. That might not be entirely right, but there will be a link to their build of this in the description. Now, I did a bit of arm stand work as well. Here I've got 4 workers carrying some logs into the log cutter, which turns it from regular wood to stripped wood. We've got some tools hanging up here, and we've got a recently cut down tree here. Then in here's the actual shop part, where I've got some stock, things like jungle and spruce I'm doing very well with. The rest, I mean oak's decent, but the rest needs some time. So I do need to be doing some AFKing, however recently there have been problems with the server, and so I've been kicked, and so I tried to do that, however quite a few times have messed it up. But anyway, I've just been transporting this back and forth, but I know this video might come out as a short one, but I hope you have enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's fake.